What's up, chums? Sharky here, and welcome back to the Shark Bites podcast.
Hello.
How you been lately?
I've been good.
This week has been better than previous, like the last 2 weeks.
Hmm.
I'm finally done with all my paperwork. Oh my gosh.
That's good.
I hate
Paperwork's never fun.
I hate filling crap out all the time.
Who does like filling stuff out?
I did not have to fill out this much paperwork for my last job. Like, I don't know why. This one is like really bougie, so like they made me fill out like 20 pieces of paper.
Gross.
I know. I'm like, we're killing trees, people. What are we doing? But anyway, it's all done now. And I finished all my commissions too. Be proud of me.
Much proudness.
I finished my entire K, so now like I only have time for myself.
Are you gonna start doing some art for yourself?
I'd like to. I don't think I've made a piece for myself in a very
Forever.
long time. Yeah. I don't even know how long it's been, like what the last one I did was. I
It's
think I think it
been
was
quite a
the
while.
I think it was the Glam Rock Freddy fan art that I made.
Mm,
Maybe. I don't know.
maybe.
I never
I
post
hmm,
stuff. Like when I do art for myself, like I never post it.
uh I'm getting my tattoo tomorrow.
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you about that.
I am very nervous and excited
Why are you nervous?
because it's something that's gonna be on my body forever.
Well, yeah, but you put lots of thought into it and
I know, but it's the fact that the situation's out of my hand once he puts the needle to my arm.
yeah. It's
I
been a
have control issues, okay?
How long has it been since your last tat?
Uh, Give me a moment.
Couple years?
Let's see, it's 2022. I was
Nice.
working a Okay, what was the year we met?
2017.
I think it was 2016 then,
Okay. Yeah, I was living in Carbondale in 2016.
cuz I was still working that job at yeah, it was 2015 or 2016 cuz I was still working my job at this stupid boutique.
Actually, now that you mention it, I think 2016 was my last tattoo also.
Ah, so you're overdue also.
Yeah, 'cause I got my pixel heart on my wrist in 2016. I did a video about it.
I think my family's about ready to disown me for all my tattoos.
Pfft. If they were
My
gonna
brother,
disown you, they would have done it a long time ago.
yeah, I'm a hot mess. No, I think it just hurts because my grandma isn't very happy about it.
Oh, my grandparents have always hated all my tattoos, but they still love me.
Yeah.
They were like, I hate those, but I love you. Thanks.
Yeah,
Speaking.
my
Go.
friend dates going with me.
Oh, okay.
So,
Don't be nervous. You'll be fine.
uh, it's kind of like with anything. I'm gonna be a little nervous, but pretty much once he starts tattooing me, I'm gonna be relaxed the whole time.
Just maybe like bring some water and stuff. Maybe snack.
I I have made myself some cups so I can take one of my new fancy cups.
Speaking of tattoos,
Hmm,
my next removal appointment is coming up. Um,
nice.
I had to move it. I originally was gonna get it my second session on the 16th, but that's literally my job start date. So I was like,
Oh,
No.
That doesn't exactly line up.
Like, I'm gonna be stressed out already that day, and I was like, I really don't want to have to drive like 35 minutes out of the way that same day.
I don't blame you.
But the guy that I've been talking to for my removals, he's super nice. I like him a lot. Um
That's good.
he's flexible like with appointments and stuff. And
Yeah.
it's not super expensive. It's cheaper than I thought it would be.
Oh,
Now, mind you, like I have a large tattoo that I'm getting removed. So
yeah.
obviously the bigger the tattoo, the more expensive it is, but it's only been about $200 per session.
Really?
Yeah.
I would have thought it was a lot more.
I will say, I don't know if I've talked about this in a video yet. So, let me get into it real quick a little bit. Um when I had my first session, my arm was so swollen for like 2 days, it was not even funny.
Oh, goodness.
I called him and I was like, uh, is this normal and what should I do about it? And he was
Is
like,
my arm gonna fall off?
yeah. I was like, my arm is very swollen and I can't feel it. Like it basically went numb from how swollen it was.
Oh
And
my
and
gosh.
he was like, just take painkillers and like put some ice on it to bring the swelling down. And I was like, okay, I can do that. And then it went away after like a day and a half or so.
Mm.
Maybe two days. But it was weird because like I was at work and I couldn't feel my arm. Like it was numb from like the elbow down.
Oh my gosh. That would have drove me nuts.
Yeah, and like now it's just flaky. Like I've been trying to keep lotion on it.
Mm.
Um but the healing process was not nearly as bad as people say it is. Because people were saying, like, oh, it gets super nasty and crusty and whatever. Mine
Ma-
hasn't.
Yeah, but isn't yours pretty much all black? It could be for more, uh, just all the different colors and stuff
I
too.
mean, it is, yeah, it is black. But I'm actually kind of surprised that it didn't remove as much ink as I thought it would.
It honestly, it removed a bit more than I thought it would from the photo you showed me.
Like, the top part of it is still pretty solid, but the base and, like, the spiral on my hand, that's really faded in the middle.
Hmm.
And the spiral has a lot of like tan patches on it. Um and this is just the first session, so I'm sure, like the second one it'll look different, but it hurts. Anybody who says that this kind of stuff does not hurt, they are lying. Like I don't care what anybody says. It was painful. It was more painful probably than getting a tattoo.
So what I'm hearing is make sure you actually want said tattoo before committing, or else it hurts more.
Like everybody's pain tolerance is different, so like you might not think it's that painful, but I don't know. I would like to think my pain tolerance is pretty damn high, but I was gripping the chair and like gritting my teeth. Like
Mm.
it was bad. It did not feel good at all.
Yeah.
I know you mentioned like you kind of just like take a nap when you're getting a tattoo.
When I got my leg one, I pretty well about fell asleep. Let's see how it goes with this other arm one.
If you ever get a removal, it will not be like that. I can guarantee you that.
Watch me be the person who falls asleep during it.
There's no other way to describe it other than like it's just it feels like a laser you think a laser would feel like. That's how it feels.
That
Like it
doesn't
kind of
sound fun.
it burns. It's like a miniature burn in patches.
Yeah, no thanks.
Don't regret your tattoos.
Well, I made sure that this one is one I really want, so I think I'll be good.
I watched a video on, I don't think it was TikTok, it might have been Instagram. Somebody was getting a face tattoo removed.
Ah, ha, ha. No.
I
No
was
thanks.
exactly, I was watching that, remembering my experience on my arm, and I was just like, no, there is no way. Because your face is so sensitive.
I don't see how people can get face tattoos.
My face is like really sensitive. I would not be able to do that at all. Either get a tattoo or a removal done on my face.
Yeah.
Ugh. Ugh. Anyway, well, I
Shall
hope,
we get into today's topic?
yeah, I hope your appointment goes well.
It'll be on my TikTok. So,
Looking forward to it. Yeah, so today I thought we would talk about fears
oh boy.
because we kind of did, I think we did dreams last time, I
Yeah.
think. Well, actually, last time we did the Twilight episode and then we did dreams before that, but yeah, fears.
I've got quite a few of them.
Okay, how about you go first?
I'll take up the whole time then.
That's okay. I feel like I'm always talking too much, so you go ahead.
Geez, Sharky, just be quiet.
It's my podcast. I have to talk.
Well, if we're getting into more common fears, snakes.
Okay.
I'm fine with Ree's snake because that snake does not have a thought in its head.
Ree's snake Orochi is a special case.
Mhm.
Because I also kind of have a fear of snakes, but I've held Orochi before, so and
Spiders,
I was okay.
I can't stand them.
What'd you
I
say?
can't spiders, I
Oh,
cannot
spiders.
stand them.
Yeah,
Tiny ones, big ones. I my house gets those cave spiders so badly.
like the big ones.
Yeah, the ones I call cricket spiders because they jump
Oh my
and they look like
gosh,
a cricket and a
no!
spider. They look like a cricket and a spider had a child, and then they decided to infest my home.
I can't
And
handle jumping spiders.
they always appear in my tub.
No.
I went to take a shower one night, and now, my tub, it's got where it's like those sliding doors. So I slid the door open. There's just a big old spider there. I turn around like, nope, don't need a shower that bad tonight.
So let me just ask you this. There's fears and then there's phobias. Would you say that you have arachnophobia?
Yes, very
Okay.
much.
Okay. I don't know what the
Now,
fear of snakes is called. Like the
uh,
phobia of snakes.
Google can answer that later.
I feel like I've looked that up before. I just can't remember.
Now, if we're talking phobias,
Let's start
trypophobia.
with the fears first. And
Uh,
then we'll get into phobias.
okay. So I have this thing with heights where I don't want to be up high, but also it's like a weird fascination where it's almost like part of me wants to be up there to experience it.
Yeah, I can't relate.
But also, I'm like, if I'm up high, I'll either pass out and just fall right off and die. So,
So you're just like, well, I guess I've lived a full life. Let's go.
well, I made it to this cliff. Guess I'll die. Uh, into the more weird area, I guess. Maybe, maybe not. Uh, I have this fear of escalators. I
Really?
don't like I don't like them. If I can avoid them, I will.
What about them do you not like?
I don't trust them. I do not trust them one bit.
Like they're gonna trip you
Like, it's just gonna part of it's gonna start breaking at one end,
or it's
and
gonna
I'm just
rip
gonna
your leg off or
anything. I don't
okay.
like elevators either, but I will get in an elevator compared to using an escalator.
That is a new one. I've never heard anybody afraid
I
of escalators.
well, it got worse whenever I saw videos of escalators basically eating people,
Jeez.
which usually happens in China and places like that, but still, I don't trust them
Like
because they
adults or like children?
both.
What?
Mhm. I saw one with the woman, and it started, like, at the I guess, like, the 2nd floor, s where it met the floor, it just that metal plate started coming up, and the woman tosses her child and just gets ate into it because the ground just
What?
broke.
Okay, but like here in the United States, I mean, if you go to like the mall, there's no gap to get sucked into, though. I don't know what you mean.
Well, I mean, like, you know how usually at the end, like, there's the little metal
Yeah, I
plate?
know what you mean, but like there's
Well,
no, it's not
something
big
came on
enough.
well, this wasn't either, but something came undone, and it was just shaking, and it broke that plate off.
So really it was a maintenance issue.
It pretty much. But here's the thing, even in America with the different standards on stuff, whether it's Carnival Rides, which I also don't trust.
Oh, yeah, I'll get into that later.
Oh, yeah, and different things. I know how people are. I work. You work. I'm lazy. If there's a corner I can cut, I will cut it. How do I know the person doing maintenance wasn't like, "Yep, looks good, Jim."
That is valid, though.
It's
Like
like,
I
there's still grease where grease should be. That part's still dry.
I could
No, we don't
understand
need to do
that.
the extra test today. It's good.
Well,
I don't know.
I've literally heard of like buildings collapsing because of people doing stuff like that.
And how do I know the person like that isn't the one who checked the escalator or the elevator and it was my day to die that time? Uh-uh.
Mm.
Getting into
See,
death though.
I would be more afraid of an elevator than an escalator, cuz an elevator you could literally like drop to the bottom of the, you know,
Mhm.
like the
Oh yeah.
elevator
I
shaft.
have that
That's
thought every time.
terrifying.
Every time when I feel it start to move, I just brace the walls. I'm like, I'm gonna die.
Or when it just like lurches, like it catches on something and you're just like
Or when
shaking.
it takes that moment too long to open or close the doors.
Oh no, yeah. That
Now,
freaks me out a little.
getting into death. Here's something. I have this irrational fear that I'm going to somehow still be alive while being cremated or embalmed. Like, I will feel every bit of the pain till I'm actually dead
Damn.
or being buried alive.
You know that's rare though, right?
I know, but
It does happen,
the odd the odd is still out there,
but it's pretty rare.
but it could still happen.
Ooh.
I have this irrational fear of no one coming to my funeral because everyone who I thought was my friend and those who actually liked me were all just faking it and pulling me along for my whole life and then making fun of me once I'm gone.
Aw, that's sad.
Can
I'll
think anxiety for that one.
I'll be there.
Oh, I'm gonna haunt your ass.
I'm gonna show up with cupcakes at your funeral. If I'm still alive, I don't know if I'll be
Oh no,
alive.
see, once I die, I'm taking you with me because I have to
Oh,
have a friend in the afterlife.
oh, okay.
You, sorry, you don't get a choice.
So are you killing me or
I gotta leave something a surprise.
I'll sleep with one eye open.
Uh, I have a fear of myself pretty much.
How so?
I don't trust myself. I know how bad my depression and anxiety get,
Mhm.
and, uh, I guess mourning for people, uh, I've had days where I've wanted to swerve my car into a pole or oncoming traffic.
It's a good thing we're past the 10-minute mark. That's sad though, honestly. But I kind of know what you mean.
And
I've
I
had
have
some
a
thoughts.
fear that one day I won't be able to stop myself. Or that part of me will just end up snapping one day and I'll kill someone I love.
How often do you think about this?
Which one?
Well,
Myself or
the last
others?
two, the last two. Yeah, both.
Uh, the myself one? Not often anymore. It's pretty rare. Things are a lot better in life now, so.
That's good.
Uh, Killing others? It's more of an intrusive thought of, I wonder if I would be able to.
Honestly, I've felt that before.
And or I'll be holding like a hammer or something. It's like I could kill someone.
I think I just watched too many like criminal documentaries.
I think I was a serial killer in a past life.
Like I literally watch like serial killer documentaries on a daily basis, so I probably just have it in my brain all the time. But so phobias are like things that you absolutely do not fuck with. Like you like th- no.
Yeah. Uh, Trypophobia and arachnophobia.
So just those two.
Those are the two main ones for me, yeah.
Is it trypophobia
Either
or
way, those stupid
trypophobia?
I've heard it said both ways, but
Okay.
I I don't deal with that. And if anyone ever showed me an image that triggers that for me, I will punch them in the boob.
I feel like I might have developed that one somewhat recently, but I'll get into that in a second. Did you have any others you wanted to add?
Mm, Nothing too major, other than the fear of just being alone at some point in my life and no one caring.
I'm here for you.
Thanks. Carnival rides. I don't trust them.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
fascinated by them. I love watching them, going out to, my town's festival and just sitting down and absorbing the atmosphere. But
I think really like
no,
the only carnival ride that really freaks me out is the Ferris wheel.
that's the only one I will get on.
I am terrified of Ferris wheels, but
And I think that's where it gets into the whole thing with heights and fascination, because that is something quote unquote safe that I can experience that.
I don't think it's as safe as people claim it to be.
Oh, I didn't say it was safe, but
I think it stems from my fear of heights. Um, well,
to me, like going up on it at night, seeing all the lights at the carnival kind of makes it worth it. But once it starts moving, if it moves a little too fast, then I get freaked out.
I got into a carnival ride with my sister one time. This was like a couple years ago. And we're both like plus size women, right? Like we're overweight.
Mhm.
So, but they put us in the same, I'm trying to think of what ride it was. I think it was like the Scrambler or something like that.
The one
Where
where when it kind of almost like it stops, but when it pushes you out, you squish the other person.
yes, so it like whips you in and out kind of
Yes.
motion. Yeah.
I kinda like that one.
So, well, I did too until this experience. So, we for some reason they put us both in the same thing, like the same, what's it called? Like a compartment? I don't know.
Seat.
Seat. Yeah, they put both of us in the same seat and we are like there is no room between us. Like we are smashed together in the seat. And
Mhm.
we could barely get the lap bar to latch. Like we were both trying to like
Can I just
push
say
it
real quick,
down.
can they make more of these rides more plus size friendly?
I agree. I
For
agree.
those that are plus size that love to ride these things.
I think this one might have just been like a smaller model that was more for kids maybe. cuz
Probably.
cuz I feel like that ride, I've never had an issue with it until like this one time. I don't know. So the ride starts going and we got the lap bar down, but it's kind of loose. And I'm like,
That's never good.
I was basically holding it down with my arms because I did not like how loose it was
See,
fitting.
it's not a carnival ride unless you have to hold the thing down yourself.
It was the McLean County Fair. I mean, we're talking about in bumfuck Illinois where like they don't fix anything.
Have you not been to Heron Fest?
I'm sure, yeah, I'm sure it's
That
the same
okay,
situation.
so sidetrack. Usually when they're saying a parent fest, it's usually about the week of when it's happening, if not a little before. And I like to kind of go walk around, see, because I like to walk up there each day and night. So I like to see how they're setting it up because they've been doing it a bit different.
Mhm.
That way I know, like, okay, this is going to be real popular, that's going to be real popular. It's going to be real crowded in these spots to know to take either a different way around or, stuff like that. And to see where my favorite food vendors are set up. I had a guy follow me and was
Ew,
like wanting to get some, and I was just like, dude, back off.
that's creepy.
Now I take my dog with me. She
Yeah,
don't like men.
Kita will fight everyone.
She good girl.
So we get in this ride, and I'm like holding the lap bar down with my willpower, basically. And the ride starts going and whipping us around, and we are just like so uncomfortable because we're both like pressing so hard against each other. And I swear I felt like that bar was just gonna pop out and we were gonna go flying out. Like, I was terrified. I really I don't like going to carnivals anymore. I haven't been to one in probably 4 years. I just I don't I don't like roller coasters. I've been on roller coasters before, like at Six Flags and stuff. It gives me a headache. I don't like it. It's not necessarily that I'm afraid of it, but I just don't like them.
Yeah, I don't trust roller coasters, but also I don't enjoy them. So
It's just painful for me. Um but fears. So, I would say like my biggest phobia is parasites. I absolutely hate parasites. Like
like,
any video showing like microscopic organisms like moving around and like squirming and stuff, that stuff grosses me out. I can't handle that.
mm,
I can't handle like even like worms or maggots or anything like
oh, I
that.
hate maggots.
I can't, it is bad. Like it is a solid phobia. I will leave. Like I cannot look at that stuff. It's gotten to the point where I think I hear things moving around in my bed that I'm like laying there at night, and
Hmm.
I'll hear like my hair shifting and think it's like bugs in my pillow or something.
Now, see, I have where if someone said like finds a tick on themselves or a spider, and they're like, "Oh, spider, tick," and I see it, I'm like, I feel like it's all over me, and I feel like I need to rip my flesh off.
Yeah, like when Travis got fleas, I kept feeling itchy, like they were all over me, but like they weren't, they were on him. But I'm just saying, like, just the sight of fleas on him made me feel itchy.
That is part of why I don't do sub work at my job anymore because had to think for a moment. Uh, I always got the homes that had mice and rats,
Yeah.
roaches, fleas, and they wouldn't even tell me. I worked at this one home for multiple days and they had bed bugs and fleas and I didn't even know it.
See,
Till a neighbor
I
came over and
just
was like, "Oh, hey, you know this home has this?"
I hate
No.
bugs. Like bugs. microscopic bugs, parasites of any kind, whether it's, tapeworms, maggots, what
Ugh.
I cannot. I get paranoid about it. Like I think that there's stuff everywhere. And I'm aware that like, dust mites are a thing and like not
Yeah,
bed
that
bugs, but like there are bugs that, like eat dead skin and stuff.
yeah.
Like we cool. If I can't see you and you can't see me,
If you
like
can't feel it and you can't see it,
yeah, we're cool.
fine.
But like if I can see it or hear it or feel it, I'm just like no, like that's
You're being
disgusting.
evicted, please get out.
So when I mentioned earlier about like the trypophobia thing, I feel like that stems from my fear of parasites because I've seen some really nasty photos.
Mm.
I can't handle, and I'm like dead serious right now. I cannot handle anything with parasites in the skin or
Ugh. Oh, I just had a reaction to that. Ugh.
deformities in the skin. I I cannot handle that. Like if it's like a
Like
really
that
bad,
photo of where someone, like, had been leaning on rocks and it just leaves an
yeah.
indent. Ugh.
Yeah,
No.
or really nasty rashes. I
Blech.
can't. I cannot. It makes me want to vomit. Like I cannot. No. it makes it makes every part of me just want to curl up into a ball and die. Like I cannot.
I feel that.
Oh, that's got to be like my number one thing that I just have a problem with. Like I cannot handle.
Yeah.
And I'm always like I'm always googling stuff like I don't want to get into it a whole lot, but there was this thing I heard about this type of mosquito that lives in Texas and South America, and it can like basically lay eggs in your skin and shit. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, does this live here? Should I be worried about this?
You need to move.
Or no, it was bot flies.
Oh, no. That
Yes.
okay, so I was watching an episode of 911 Lone Star.
Oh god. Of
Let's
course.
just say, eyeball.
Oh, see? No. Hard
Oh, see,
pass.
you can tell when stuff like that's about to happen, and I'm just like I just cover my face, and I'm like, "Uh-uh,
No.
not today." And you can usually tell when it's over, so
Yeah, no.
but you should really watch the show, it is really good.
You know that one show that was on Animal Planet called Monsters Inside Me?
Oh, I hated that. But also as a kid, I loved it, and I would watch it.
I saw the trailer for that and I just died inside when I saw
Okay, so I
it.
used to watch Animal Planet a lot as a kid, like, I would fall asleep to it,
I was
and you
like,
know how they had
"Hell
that
no."
countdown where it was, like, the most extreme, and it would be, like
Yeah, I've seen
it'd
that.
be, like, the fastest or all these different things, and it was so cool because the way they did it was perfect for kids to watch,
Yeah, I used to watch
but it was
that.
always on so late. Well,
Yeah.
this was around the time when that wasn't being aired as much, or it would cut off sooner because 'cause they'd usually play it, like, all night long,
Mhm.
and I remember, watching it, and it didn't really make a transition to the next show that well, like, I thought it was the same thing, because dumb child,
Mhm.
and I don't know if it was Monsters Inside Us or if it was before that, but I remember, uh, a family went camping, or it was husband, wife, something like that. Fish.
Mm. I know what you're talking about. I've actually seen
And I
that.
remember that I would not eat fish for years, and that was one of my favorite foods
He
because
got
my
a
dad
tapeworm, didn't he?
and it was coming out his belly button.
Uh, oh, I don't remember that part. I probably stopped watching it after that part.
Well, I saw something come out, and my parents got to hear the blood-curdling scream
He
of a
said
10-year-old.
I remember like he said he was pooping it and it just kept coming out and I was just like, "Oh
Mhm.
my god." Like I eat fish, but I always cook the crap out of it before I eat
Well,
it.
they thought that they had.
Well, didn't they like catch it wild though and like cooked it
Mhm.
right
But
there?
see, like, my dad goes out to one of the lakes around here, and he'll be, like, bass fishing and stuff, and,
Mm.
they, like, clean up the fish real good, and it's deep fried.
Listen, in all my years that I've eaten fish, okay, I've never had that experience, so it's gotta be pretty rare, I would think.
I think they were just at a nasty lake,
Probably, yeah.
which says a lot concerning the ones near us.
Yeah.
Well, me.
Anyway, let's get back on topic.
Hey, that still kinda fit the topic.
No, it does, but I'm getting, like, grossed out. Uh,
Okay, your
um,
turn.
yeah, so I would say that's my number one phobia. Fears, though, I am really afraid of heights. I will go up high. Like, I've been in tall buildings and stuff and looked down and been fine.
Mhm.
But, like, Ferris wheels that, like, rock back and forth, I don't like that. um, like, I feel like they're gonna, like, spill over or something. You know what I mean? Like, they move.
Yeah.
Um, I don't I prefer not to deal with heights, but it's not something that I like absolutely won't do. I probably wouldn't skydive or anything
Oh god, no, I would never do it'd
or
be my
cliff
luck that the
jump.
parachute don't open.
Yeah, I don't I've been in a plane before, that didn't bother me. Like I can handle that kind of stuff,
Oh,
but
I'm terrified to be on a plane.
it was actually pretty fun. But anyway, that aside. Let's see. Heights. I'm still kind of afraid of the dark a little bit. I used to be really bad when I was like little kid. I used to always be afraid of the dark. It's gotten better, but like I always think I see like shadows out of the corner of my eye and stuff. I hate it.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of being in the dark. I need to have like, there's a certain level of light I have to have in a room.
I'm talking like pitch black
Oh,
darkness.
I
Like
can't.
that bothers me cuz I'm like,
Well,
what's
I don't know
lurking?
if you know, but, like, I've got real bad anxiety and paranoia, so I'm just like, "This is how I die."
Yeah, it
Like,
makes
I
me
always
uncomfortable.
I always have to fear, like, okay, say I've got, like, my windows open
Mhm.
and it's getting dark out, so I go turn around to, close the windows and stuff, that someone's just gonna be looking in the window.
I'm talking like pitch black basement. That's what I'm talking about.
Ugh.
It's not a phobia though, because I can do it. I have done it. But like, it makes
If
me very uncomfortable to be in that situation.
I think I'd rather be stabbed than deal with the pitch black.
That's, wow. Okay.
I don't like the dark.
Yeah, I remember always having to have like a night light of some kind.
I think I should clarify, when I say being stabbed, I don't mean like a fatal or real bad stab, just like a
Just,
gentle
just
stabbing.
like an average shank.
Yeah, just your everyday
Okay.
gentle stabbing.
Gentle stabbing. I'm trying to think of what else. I would say I have like less fears than most people I've met. Like there's not a whole lot that I'm afraid of, but like those are like the big ones, I guess.
Hmm.
I'm not really afraid of sharks. I'm not really afraid of
No, you love sharks.
the ocean. My sister is deathly afraid of the ocean, and I kind of pick on her a little bit.
I just don't want things to touch me.
She's terrified of like anything touching her, terrified of sharks, and I kind of like mess with her whenever we go on vacation. Like a good big sister does.
Of course.
But yeah,
Gotta fulfill that sisterly role.
I'll just like swim under her and she can't see me. And she'll be like hitting me like stop. Anyway, um I kind of feel you on the lonely thing. I hate being totally alone for long periods of time.
Mhm.
It's weird because, like, I like being alone. I like spending a lot of time alone in my apartment by myself. But it gets to a point sometimes where you need human interaction of some kind because you
Yeah, I've kinda
start
learned that I
thinking
like
too
human
much.
interaction.
Like, even if you don't talk to people like every day, like, I feel like if you go too long, you start thinking crazy stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah. But I do feel really lonely, like especially late at night when, like, Juimi's gone to bed, you're gone, like, offline or whatever, and I'm just kind of laying there. I'm just like,
I'm
well,
always up
okay.
late. Message me.
No, I know, but you're usually like playing Faz or something. I don't want to bug you.
No, not really. No one ever wants to play with me anymore.
Oh, I will play with you
Cries.
as soon as I get a new laptop. I will play with you.
Get a new laptop.
We're not talking about that in this episode, though.
Fine. Next episode, we talk about how Sharky needs a new laptop.
I don't really have any other fears. I'm not afraid of death, and I'm not afraid of,
Really?
yeah.
Hmm.
I'm also not afraid of, like, losing everything I have, like my things, like money or my apartment. Not even my family members, really. I mean, I kind of just accept it as, like, part of life. This got deep. But I'm just
See,
saying, like,
I
I've
don't know.
had I've had deaths in my family, and I just kind of accept it. Like, nothing lasts forever. We know this.
Yeah. We were all there for Unis Honest.
Yeah. But I'm not afraid of death. Like, I've been in near should have died situations.
Oh yeah, I don't think I told you. I almost died over the weekend.
Doing what?
Coming back from St. Louis.
Oh,
Had a semi try to run us off the road.
yeah. That
Got very
happens
close to hitting
sometimes.
us.
That's happened to me before.
Yeah,
Several times. I almost died coming home from work one day because this dude, like, nearly ran into me.
fun.
It's scary out there, but, like, I mean, if the way I look at it, if the Lord wants me to go, I'm ready to go.
See, they ain't ready for when I go because I'm a hot mess and I'm annoying as shit. So do you really want me?
I'm just like, Lord, if it's my time, just take me. I'm ready to go. But
I
anyway.
just say I've decided that if I don't end up living forever, which is my plan, then I'm just gonna haunt everyone I like.
But
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna I'm
start.
gonna be there. I'm gonna be there too. So apparently,
Yeah,
yeah.
I told you, you're coming with me. You should feel honored.
I'm trying to think of, like, the scariest situation I've ever been in. Not necessarily death related, but just, like, scary in general.
I
Mm.
think the first one I think of is the
Like, I
May
was
8th
really
storm.
scared. May 8th storm?
It we had so I was in
Oh, yeah.
8th yeah, I was in 8th grade and we had an inland hurricane.
Are you
I
talking
still don't
about,
I
like, that big, huge storm that happened in southern Illinois?
mhm,
Like, that knocked
it's
trees
literally
down
just
and
known
stuff?
that oh, it destroyed a lot.
Yeah.
'Cause I just remember sitting in so the way the middle school was set up, it was the gym and, like, over by the doors, like, where you come into the gym is the art room. 'Cause, schools gotta shove art rooms off to the other side of the school.
Mhm.
And then if you walk on the left side, it takes you to the 7th grade hall. If you went to the right side, there's a door over there and it takes you into the 8th grade hall. And I remember the security guy coming in and it's like, hey, you guys need to get to the hall. Now, usually when a teacher comes in and tells you something like this, You follow them. So we're like, "Okay." Now this was a small class too, and we're following him. He's like, "Get to the 8th grade hall, numbnuts." We all knew him, so it was like, "Okay, yeah." So we get in there, and my, classroom's, like, right there, and we're all sitting there like, "What's going on? What's going on?" And the teachers are like, "Duck and cover." And we're like, "What?" And the power just starts flickering and goes out. We can hear the sirens start wailing.
Mm.
It was, like, just right on key. And we're just like, "What?"
Yeah, you forgot to mention your irrational fear of tornadoes.
Yep. It's gotten better. It's gotten better.
I'm happy to hear that.
But when it storms and that wind picks up, I am kind of, everything I know and love is about to be destroyed and I may die now.
Well, probably watching tornado TikToks doesn't help
No, no, those I find hilarious when it's, like, the ones I've sent you
when they're all
because
taking
they
video of it.
yeah, because it's so Midwestern.
Yeah, you're right.
I'll be honest, I have 2 modes that'll probably happen. If I saw one forming way down the road, I'd be like, "I gotta record this,
You're
and
gonna be
I
a
gotta go
storm
take."
chaser.
Well, I think part of my fear of storms came from my 1st grade teacher,
Mm,
because this was when we were starting to get a few bad storms around here, and I was like it was like my consciousness was waking up more as a child, and she
yeah.
started showing us yeah, like, from, the Weather Channel, back before it literally just looped playing the weather.
You see that, kids? It's gonna kill us.
Basically, like, she would go in about how amazing and fascinating tornadoes were, but all I saw on this stupid TV in the classroom was, "Everything I know and love's gonna be destroyed,
That
and I
was
might die."
that was
Like, that
literally
was
me towards my sister about sharks. Like, I would tell her, like, how cool they were and, like, all this stuff about them when she was little, and now she's, like, terrified.
and see, when you tell me stuff about sharks, I'm like, "Okay, that's pretty cool."
But she's like she just dies inside.
I'm already dead inside.
I'm like, "Don't worry, I'll protect you. It's fine.
You'll let the shark nibble on your toes instead.
I'll just tell him what's up."
You'll just speak shark to them, tell them
Yeah.
that she's okay. She's cool.
Just be like, "Hey, don't gnaw on her."
She's one of the cool ones.
Yeah. It's
But yeah, my 1st grade teacher, it was like that was the moment in my brain that it was just like mortality's a thing. Everyone I know and everything I know will be destroyed one day, and I may die.
I'm just imagining, like, little you thinking that. Like, doomsday.
And then we had a big storm that night after learning about this stuff,
You're like, "I'm
and
gonna
I'm
die.
basically
We're all gonna die."
even as a kid, I had really bad anxiety.
Aw.
For a while as a child, I had an irrational fear that a volcano would just randomly pop up in town and kill me.
Yeah, in the middle of Illinois. Oh my
Well,
gosh.
okay, so I had came home from school one day and at my parents' old house, again, I'm in like elementary school maybe at this point, and we had like a little TV in the kitchen, and my dad was watching Dante's Peak. It was the end of the movie.
Mm,
Have you seen it?
no.
Basically,
I've seen
everyone
Twister, though.
dies. I refuse to ever watch that.
It's a shitty movie, honestly.
I've heard that.
Bad
Uh,
acting.
so in Dante's Peak, basically at the end, like
Is that
half
a
the town
volcano?
dies. Yes.
Oh.
So this guy comes in, he's supposed to check this stuff, yada yada yada, falls in love with this one woman, yada yada yada. No one believes him that the volcano that's been dormant for years is gonna blow. And they're trying to get out of town. I see where the grandma, who apparently wouldn't leave where she lived basically at the base of the volcano,
Mhm.
was trying to get them across this lake in the boat, and the boat stalled because the water had become so acidic, it ate at the motor. So she jumped out, basically died, and I just see her legs festering and
Oh my
gross.
god.
And then I come back into the kitchen later to get a snack, and I see this guy and all this rubble's fallen on them from where they've taken shelter. He's got a bone sticking out his arm, and I'm
Oh
like,
my god. How old were you?
I was maybe in 3rd grade at the most.
Trauma. Instant trauma.
Very much. And I don't know how that clicked to this, but you know how, like, the chairs were in school when we were
Mhm.
little?
Yeah.
Even in high school.
Yeah.
I was terrified. Now, I was a bony child. I was anorexic. And I know, hard to believe considering how I look now.
No, no comment.
Nah,
I mean,
I make fun
I
of it.
struggled with stuff too.
Nah, I make fun of it myself. So, anyways, I was terrified that my shoulder blades would get caught on the back of the chair if I didn't sit down a certain way, and that they would be ripped down my body.
Gonna rip your shoulders out of your skeleton.
I was a child, and it bothered me, and even now, if I sit down weird and I can feel my shoulder blades touch something in a weird way, I just, like, have a mini panic attack.
I used to be scared of the deep end of pools.
Really?
Until high school. Yeah. For a
Wouldn't expect that
long
from you.
time. I know, it sounds crazy. Nobody believes me when I say that, but
I
I
mean, like,
was
I can see people having that fear, but
I
you
was terrified of the deep end. Like to go without floaties or like an inner tube or anything. Just free swimming in the deep end terrified me.
hmm,
Until high school, because I learned how to swim in high school. Like for
re
real swim.
really?
Yeah.
I
And
was tossed in a pool at my, aunt's house and was told, "Here's some goggles. Here's these things that sink to the bottom of the pool. Retrieve them. 'Em. You'll learn to swim."
my teacher was basically like, all right, and this was in high school. He was like, listen, you can either put your floaties on or get in the pool. And this was high school. Like, you know, everybody's going to make fun of you for wearing floaties when you're
Yeah,
15. So I got in the pool, 13 feet. I was like, let's go. I better learn how to swim
nice.
like right now. I did good though. Like I love swimming now, obviously. Like I don't care
Well, you
how
are part
deep
fish.
I don't care how deep the water is anymore. I love it. I prefer the deep end now. I spend more time there than the shallow end because everybody at the shallow end is drinking beers and laughing. So I'm like, I want to get out of here. But
See, I
anyway.
prefer the in-between area where it's not shallow, but it's not, like, deep. Like, you can
Oh, where
still
you
kinda
trip
touch.
and drown?
Exactly. How'd you know that was my preferred way to go?
Right on the edge of death. That's where I want to be.
Hell yeah.
YOLO. No. Anyway, I thought of another thing that I'm like scared of.
Hmm.
It kind of goes along with the dark thing, but like being in the middle of the woods at night,
Nope,
that
no
freaks
thanks.
me the fuck out. I'm like, nah. Even like camping, I get paranoid at night. In the
Yeah.
daytime's fine. I don't care like in the woods in the daytime, but like at night, mm-mm. I've seen too many movies and videos of people getting lost in the woods and stuff. I'm just like, nah. There was something else I was gonna say too. Going off of that.
Well,
Mm,
what was it?
well, I think you briefly mentioned this, but don't you have a fear of like home invasions?
Yes, very much.
Yeah.
I am terrified that either one day it's not as bad anymore since I got Kita,
Hmm.
because she will I know without a doubt in my mind and heart that if someone came into this home or if someone tried to threaten or harm me, she would kill them.
See,
There is not a doubt.
I'm like I'm similar but kind of opposite cuz I'm like I'm waiting for it to happen so I can beat the shit out of them. Like,
Well, see, I've had people try to break in before.
I'm like, just try to break in. I'm ready. I've been preparing for this day for a long time.
So,
Just
part of
try.
this part of this fear came from at my parents' house, my bed was by my window. So, like, basically my legs and feet ran alongside the window, and there was a big rose bush, but I remember multiple times there'd be someone crawling by that window. It was
Ugh.
usually my brother's friends trying to scare him, but also, like, "Why are you by my window when he's at the back of the house?"
Yeah, that's creepy.
Mhm, and I would also hear footsteps out there, but that was just ghosts, so that's not a big deal.
I guess the only other things that I can think of is like I'm kind of afraid of snakes and spiders. Like they make me uncomfortable, but I'm not like
I had
run
a
away
fucking spider
screaming.
fall on me today.
Yeah.
I let out a blood-curdling scream, clawed at my skin for a bit, and then went on my way.
I have a funny spider story.
Do tell.
So around my apartment complex, there's like a crap ton of trees that are like
Mm,
they're not tiny trees, they're like ginormous trees. Like they've been here for like 20 years or something. Um
mhm.
and you know how spiders like to build webs in these trees, right?
Where
Like
it looks like just a big glob of webbing.
well like in the morning, like early in the morning when I'm walking to my car to get ready for work, like to leave for work, I always run into a spider web because they go across the sidewalk.
So you
Like
just need to
it's
take, like, a
weird.
little broom with you and just sweep the air. I have
just
to do that
charge th-
sometimes.
just charge through it. But they
I
have
had Oh, sorry, go on.
that so they'll string a web between the tree and like this bush next to the sidewalk, and I walk through it almost every single morning. Well, this one morning there was a spider attached to it.
No.
And I got in my car. I didn't notice it. It was on my shoulder.
No,
And I
no.
got in the car and I'm like driving on the highway to my
Oh,
job,
no.
and
I would've died.
I see it out of the corner of my eye on my shoulder. Now listen, I'm driving, okay? I'm going like 70 miles an hour and I got
I'm
a spider on my shoulder.
I am not laughing at you, I am laughing out of nervousness knowing, like, I would've fucking died.
I laugh about this now, but it wasn't funny when it was happening.
Oh
So
my god.
I saw it and I just like my heart sank and I like hit it. I like smacked it off my shoulder and just started like ruffling my sleeve.
Mm,
And
I hate it.
I didn't see where it went. Like it was in the
Uh,
car still.
oh, no.
I'm driving 70 miles an hour with the window up. It's somewhere in the car. So I like when I brushed it, I swerved a little bit and I was like, "Oh,
As would happen.
I was like, "Oh shit. Like I don't want to die over a spider. Come on."
This is why I will never go to Australia. I'm sorry if you have anybody watching from Australia, but fuck you, Australia. Your spiders are disgusting and huge.
All the
I don't
death
care
creatures.
I don't care if they're not technically deadly, but they are deadly in the fact that you flip, like, your sun visor, like, "Oh, I'm getting a little too much sun in my eyes."
Tarantula.
Spider in your these things are bigger than your hand,
Instant
and
tarantula.
it's just right in your face, and I'm just like, "Jesus, take the wheel."
I made it to work, and when I got out of the car, I never found it. So I don't know what happened to it, but it scared the crap out of me. Ugh.
So, my old car before it crapped out on me I've got too many cars I can say that about. Anyways,
We're kind of getting to the end of our episode here.
well, here's this real quick then.
Okay.
I had one day where it was about the middle of summer. I, there was no spider web on the outside of my car. I'm like, okay, yay, the spiders left me alone this morning. Because sometimes you get like those little webs here and there.
Mhm.
And I go to sit in my car, and there's a big web on the passenger side. I'm like, no.
Oh no, not
I
my
called into
house.
work. I was like, nope.
I
You
can't
can
come to
have
work.
this
There's a
car.
spider in my car.
I'm sorry, but my car's been hijacked by a spider. I don't have a car anymore.
You just get a new car. Oh my gosh.
I got so heated so many times during this.
I don't really know what fueled my fear of snakes specifically. I think honestly, I think it was a Animal Planet episode. It's always that. There
Yeah,
it
snakes.
was a good show, but like terrified me. When I was a kid, they had a special on I don't I think it was like I don't know, like top animal stories or something like that of like weird animal stories.
I know what you're talking about because they would
This
usually run that along with the most extreme.
this family left their window open during the night, like
Why?
no screen, just like the window, right?
Mhm.
Cracked. A freaking snake came in to the house and got it.
No.
No, it gets better. Got in
Oh
their kid's bed.
no.
Yeah. And obviously the kid's freaking the fuck out. He like got out of bed, told his parents, and they like basically had to like wrap it in the sheets and then throw it out the window.
Sorry, Timmy, your favorite sheets are going in the trash because a snake touched it
But
because we're stupid.
they did like a reenactment of it, and that has stuck with me my entire life. I'm just thinking like a snake crawling through the window and getting into bed with me. I'm just like, no. I don't want that
Well,
ever. And
never get birds then.
my chances are higher cuz I live in Texas now.
Well,
I'm
also
freaking
don't ever
out.
get birds then because birds and their food, no matter how much you clean it and keep the place clean, does draw snakes. And I keep waiting for the day
No.
when a snake gets in my goddamn house.
I'm never getting a bird. I promise you that. I
Nah,
just
you're just gonna have all the fish.
I'm not a bird person. I'm more of a fish person myself. But
Good, more birds for me.
oh man, that was some childhood trauma for sure.
Yeah, that's
Anyways,
that's a whole episode in itself, just our trauma.
childhood trauma. We can make it one, definitely.
This is my therapy.
Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you have some fears that you'd like to share, please leave a comment down below. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.